Master Sergeant James Ponder, nicknamed Trey, married his high school sweetheart, Leslie Miller, in September 1994. Well, just a few days after their wedding, Trey was called to duty with the Night Stalkers for Operation Uphold Democracy. The mission off the coast of Haiti had the 160th based on board the supercarrier USS America for 8 weeks. Well, Trey and Leslie would laugh later that Trey had gone on a 2-month honeymoon cruise all by himself, without Leslie. Master Sergeant James W. Ponder III was a native of Franklin, Tennessee. He loved to hunt and fish. Trey attended Auburn University for 3 years, and then in 1990, surprised his family by enlisting in the Army. In 1992, after his initial deployment to Korea as a flight engineer, Ponder took the initiative to influence his assignment to the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, the Night Stalkers. He served in Bravo Company and progressed rapidly from MH-47 crew chief to flight engineer instructor in just 2 years. Master Sergeant Ponder was one of the first to deploy after 9/11 and played a major role in all combat actions in Afghanistan against both Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. He conducted more than 100 aviation missions supporting the most elite special ops forces in the world. These missions were often conducted in some of the worst terrain in the country, under zero illumination and high altitudes, channelizing valleys and brownout conditions. In the most challenging situations, pilots in his battalion always wanted Master Sergeant Ponder in the lead aircraft. His exceptional grasp of both mission requirements and equipment led to his early selection as a flight engineer instructor. He then developed a non-rated crew member trainer program that continues to be used today by other Army aviation units around the world. He consistently worked long hours and weekends to research new equipment and techniques for improving mission accomplishment that resulted in his writing and staffing new publications and crew member checklists. In 2002, while serving as Regiment MH-47EG standardization instructor, he was directly responsible for the combat readiness of 340 non-rated crew members across 4 battalions and 1 training company. He was responsible for writing and updating Army Special Operations Aviation non-rated crew member publications, training circulars, and was the primary advisor to the regimental commander and command sergeant major on non-rated crew member readiness and training. He also developed and updated tactics, techniques, and procedures, programs of instructions, and crew member operational checklists. His extraordinary dedication and work ethic resulted in some of the best employment techniques for the M134 minigun, the M240 machine gun, fast rope operations, external hoist operations, amphibious operations, and special vehicle operations, which were later adopted by all Army aviation units. Master Sergeant Ponder dedicated his military career to producing the finest aviation non-rated crew members in the world. His vision of how to revolutionize the MH-47 crew member training program changed and professionalized how Army Aviation trains all of its enlisted personnel, even to this day. On June 28, 2005, during his 4th rotation to Afghanistan, Master Sergeant Ponder was training on the day shift with the 3rd Battalion 160th when a 4-man Navy SEAL team called for help. The team was taking heavy enemy fire from an outnumbering force on a mountaintop of Kunar Province in support of Operation Red Wing. Well, Ponder knew that he was more rested than the night crews who had just landed, and he volunteered to go with 7 Night Stalkers and a quick reactionary force of 8 SEALs. During an approach to the landing zone, Trey's MH-47 was shot down by an RPG. Always placing the needs of others above his own, Master Sergeant Ponder made the ultimate sacrifice to try to save his comrades in distress. Master Sergeant Ponder's contributions to our country and Army aviation will stand as a model for all future aviation soldiers to emulate. Although his military accomplishments are exemplary, he would probably have rather been remembered as a role model for his daughters, Samantha and Elizabeth, and as a loving husband who protected his family to the death. His lifetime aviation achievements have contributed significantly to the advancement of Army aviation and its place in the force of the future. Master Sergeant James Trey Ponder III is most worthy of election to the Army Aviation Hall of Fame.